everyone. I am Queen Lillie, and today we are discussing Donald Trump. This is Life under Trump, Part 41. As you all know, that California has been having wildfires, very just fire just everywhere, mansions burning down, everything. So we're going to discuss Donald Trump. We're going to discuss Mexico. We will be discussing Canada and what's so beautiful about everything and how God works. Mexico, some volunteer firefighters have come over. They are helping with the fire, to put out the fires. Hey, Dennis, what's going on? Canada has been coming over helping put out the fires. Even people from Africa have come to help put out the fires. People from Quebec has come to put out the fires. And it's just so much going on. Also, Putin, of all people, is now siding with who? Greenland. And I think he's playing a game with Dunny Boy. And Dunny Boy is not ready for it. I would pay you no mind, Dennis, okay? Because Mexico, they can just come on. This was originally a home anyway. California belongs to Mexico. Yes, it does. Yes, he just made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, Putin is saying that he is going to support Greenland. Everybody wants to all out of Greenland. Everybody want to do something with Greenland. Why? It's all a game to Putin. Dunny Boy is a palm in Putin's hands. He is playing Dunny Boy. He gets Dunny Boy on this side to run his D-suckers, saying things that he shouldn't say, knowing he has no control of taking over Greenland. While Putin is now over here telling Greenland he is going to help them. That is what Putin is doing. He's playing Donald Trump like a violin to get what he wants. I actually think Putin is going to weaken the American people with his games because we have a ruler over us that is a Russian puppet to Putin. That's what he is. Thank you all for coming to my live. I am Queen Lillie. I am grateful to have you guys, all you beautiful kings and queens. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Yes. So we're going to get started in just a moment. Let's go over a couple rules. I am talking about Donald Trump. I'm not actually talking about you. So let's be kind in my chat. There's no reason to put Nigger in my chat. I am God's child like you are God's child, okay? So let's be kind. Hit that like button as you all are coming in. Also, it doesn't take not any energy to be kind, but it takes more energy to be ugly. And ugly causes wrinkles. I'm 51 with no wrinkles. Remember, I don't have any Botox or anything. Let's be kind so we do not age, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys. We have a lot to cover. As I stated, the wildfires in California is happening. I showed y'all yesterday that Beyonce's mother's mansion where her home in Malibu got destroyed. I showed y'all that she talked about that. And they are showing young men from other countries that speak Spanish and can't speak English. And they're saying they are the ones starting the wildfires. I know they're probably doing it, but why are they doing it? Are they being paid to do this? Are the Republicans behind this so they can hurry up and have Spanish-speaking people towed up out of this country? What is going on, y'all? I am curious to know because all I can think about, Dunny Boy wants to have the Mexicans and all the Spanish-speaking people hauled up out of here. That's what's happening. I see it right before my eyes, and I'm just curious to know. Republicans, what are you up to? Plus, they want Karen Bass out of there. They no longer want her to be the mayor in California. But y'all, the lady was working in Ghana. She was not on vacation, as been told by Republicans. Karen Bass was not on vacation. She was actually working in Ghana. Give the lady a little space. And today you're going to see that she was actually with someone that's putting a block on the insurance companies trying to not pay for the damage that has been done, and they cancel insurance. Well, you're going to see a video about that. And she is standing right there doing her mayor's work right beside the man that's over that department of stopping them from blocking paying for the damages that have been done by the fires. That is not right. And I'm still wondering who is paying these Spanish speaking people that they say are doing it. Who wants them out of this country more than anyone, y'all? Who? Let's think about that. One moment, please. Let me take a sip of water. Thank you for coming to my live. I'm not going to read your rude comments. God bless you, okay? Hey, TJ, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live, dear. Thank you, King TJ. What's good? Mr. Dennis Byron, what's up, King? You're such a nuisance, but I pray for your soul. What's up, Queen Vera? Did you get my email today? I sent you an email of the newest magazine, of Queen Magazine. I sent you the digital copy. Let's get started.
Using my moratorium power to stop all non-renewals and cancellations. Last night, I issued a bulletin to protect homeowners affected by the Palisades and Eaton fires from non-renewals and cancellations by your insurance companies for 1 year, under a moratorium law that I wrote while I was serving in the state Senate. This covers you even if your home wasn't destroyed or damaged in the wildfire. You can visit insurance.ca.gov to look up your zip code if you are near these wildfires and obtain that protection. I'm also calling on insurance companies to suspend any pending non-renewals and cancellations that homeowners received before these fires started. This means that if you've received a non-renewal from your homeowner's insurance between October 9th and January 7th, essentially 90 days, your insurance company should do the right thing and retain you as a valued policyholder. I call upon all property insurance companies to pause these non-renewals and cancellations and provide essential stability for our communities, allowing consumers to focus on what's important at the moment, their safety and recovery. I am using my moratorium.
And as y'all can see, Karen Bass is right there, y'all. She's right there. She's doing her mayor duties. Don't count her out. I want to show y'all something. I gotta find it right quick because Khloe Kardashian is running her mouth about Karen Bass, Mayor Karen Bass. This is what hold on, let me go to it, you guys. One moment, please. I'm gonna tell y'all what Miss Khloe Kardashian has to say. Be a good Samaritan, Khloe, and you and all your sisters with the fake body parts, you go out there and be a good Samaritan and do some work, okay? Put in some work. But no, you don't want to do that. You're only concerned about your millions. Your whole family are just horrible. So Khloe Kardashian, hold on. This is what Khloe Kardashian has to say. She said, I stand by Chief Crawley. You spoke the truth. You had tears in your eyes because I can tell you didn't even want to say that, but it was the truth. Hold on. That's not all Khloe has to say. Hold on. Let me get to the good foot. One moment. I got to find what old Khloe said. Hold on. One moment. Bear with me. So Khloe's under fire after she voiced her opinion about Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass as the city's deadly wildfires continues. Khloe took to Instagram calling Bass a joke. At the same time, she shared Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Crawley's admitted that significant budget cuts to the fire department negatively impact their resources to the catastrophic event. Bass has tried to assure residents that the fire department's annual budget cuts had not impacted the city's ability to address the fires. According to CNN in June, she approved a budget of nearly $13 billion. That's a lot. Including $17 million reducted from the Los Angeles Fire Department budget of more than $800 million for 2025. LA Fire Chief Kristen Crawley noted in a December report, the funding deficit has affected the department's ability to maintain course operation, including training and response to large-scale emergency. So let's see what the people had to say about Khloe Kardashian. Mad Hate says, stop putting that reporter's info on your stories. It doesn't paint the whole picture. Also, if you want to put blame on someone, put it on billionaires who keep buying bodies of water and groundwater. The Resnicks own most of the water systems in California. Also, the fire department did negotiations for additional funding. The final deal was increased $50 million. Khloe, mind your business. Stay out of these people's business. Optimistic 321 says, does anyone know why she is spreading lies about Karen Bass? Mayor Bass cut the LA Fire Department budget, but that she increased it by $50 million. This is how it's done. A master class in fact checking. Somebody else coming for Khloe's throat. Instead of calling out the mayor, why don't you and your family stop guzzling water during droughts and stop gas guzzling on your private jets because of, God forbid, you sit in traffic? Well, they read old Khloe, y'all. Yes, she been read. So we're going to go to the next thing, okay? Thank you all for coming to my live. Hit that like button, please. Hey, Sade, how you doing, Queen? Good to see you. Queen Cecilia, how you doing? King Khalid, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. I'm going to show you this guy, and God is amazing because in his entire neighborhood, his home was the only home that did not get burnt down. Hold on. Just a moment. Sorry. Hold on, y'all.
I'm gonna be crying because my entire block is burnt down, but God saved my house. Why are all of my neighbors? Why are they? And then in the middle of two burnt down blocks, there's one house standing, and that's mine. I shouldn't be crying because
that is so sad, y'all. What's going on? We're gonna get to Trump soon, but I want to show this because it's important to care about what others are going through. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. You got to care about somebody else because you want somebody to care about you. And this is what's going on. This is Los Angeles, you all. We must keep California in our prayers. We must keep California in our prayers. And I don't blame Government Newsom for this at all. I don't. They are doing the best that they can do. No one knew that this was going to happen. Karen didn't know this was going to happen. She had business that she's supposed to have taken care of in Ghana, and that's what she is. And flights were delayed in Ghana for her to get back here. And she's damned if she do, she's damned if she don't. When they saw her at the airport, she did not respond because if she say something, y'all going to use it against her. And so it was just best that she didn't say anything because anything that she would have said would have been used against her. Okay, let's see what Speaker Mike Johnson has to say about this, because they're going to blame the Democrats regardless. The Republicans are. They're going to blame the Democrats, and that's exactly what is happening. So this is said. Now I will expose the lies of the speaker. Okay, I'm going to go to his part first. Mike Johnson, the leader of the Republican Party, he says, while devastating wildfires continue to rage in California, it is impossible to ignore the feckless leadership in the state. Governor Newsom blocked water policy that reserves water from the north to be available in times like this. He says Newsom failed to manage California's forests effectively. He says LA Mayor Bass cut $17.18 million from the fire department's budget, which she then just added $50 million. Okay, so she cut 17.8, but she added $50 million. Come on, Mike. Come on now, do better. LA Mayor Bass cut $17.8 million from the fire department's budget. Bass left for Africa despite advice one is about the fire. That's not true. But, you know, Republicans, they always going to lie. They get it from their leader, Dunny Boy. So this is what is said. Now I will expose the lies of Speaker Johnson. He has repeated the lies of Trump here. Water wasn't the problem here. Fuel, load, and wind is. But the biggest lie is circled there. They talking about the red part. They circled. I'll show you. In this thread, I will give you the facts. So let's begin. So this is what they're talking about that has been circled that Magic Mike wants to talk about. Okay, let's get to the good foot. So they said there's a number of communities that border Santa Monica Mountains. Notice that one circle, that's the community affected by the Palisades fire. Let's keep going. So this is what they circle. And the Santa Monica Mountains are bordered by many communities, including Los Angeles neighbors, unincorporated communities and cities in the surrounding areas. The point I wanted to talk about, Magic Mike. Yes, Speaker Mike Johnson talking about something he knows nothing about. But what does the Republicans do? They always want to make the Democrats look bad. That is their thing. But I can't wait till January the 20th get here so you can see what the savior Donald Trump is going to do. Right now, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris had a meeting in LA. And they was told to only give, I think it was 70%. Joe Biden, again, then they went and they said give 90%. Joe Biden gave them 100% help. And they're giving so much funding to help the American people get back on their feet. So, Magic Mike, close your mouth. And I'm going to show you all this that's going on in LA, okay? The fires.
But this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn. Hey. 25 years I've been here. Easy, 25. Gone. Less than 3 hours.
When you look out at your neighborhood, what happened here?
It just looked like a war zone here. This is a war zone. Looked just like a war zone.
I saw the fire at 2 o'clock. I took a picture, and at 4 o'clock, my phone went off, and it says, evacuate, evacuate. And that's what we did. There's nothing left. I literally just have the clothes on my back. There's nothing. Things that my grandmother gave me, my granddaughter, she's always making me something, and I put it in a frame, you know. I don't have those no more. Yvette said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But y'all, that is something. That man that I showed y'all was talking about his home did not burn to the ground. And he is the only home in that neighborhood did not burn to the ground. There's a God. They say the safest place is in the will of God. Let me read some of y'all comments. Boss Knight says in November, the LA Fire Department was given $76 billion. Yep. And the reserve that could help was closed for repairs. I didn't know that. Thank you so much. King John says, greetings from the greatest country on earth, the Netherlands. Hey, how you doing, handsome? How you doing? David says, Wolverines. Okay, whatever you say. I'm not arguing with y'all today. God bless you. Waylon, just stop the fire. It's not that hard. That's true. But now, this is the thing now. It can be hard to stop fire. It can be. Yes, it can be. Yes, it can. King Bond says, please, I don't know what you're talking about. And Johnny Blue says, God won. Amen. God, the safest place in the whole wide world is in the master's hand, in the will of God. Mawa says, F the government. Okay, that's your opinion. I'm not going to say that. Ricky, bless your soul. But you come over here every day to look at all this black beauty. So just keep coming, okay? I can't be too boring because at night when you with your wife, you think about me. So let's get going, you guys. I'm going to show you something else. What is so beautiful and amazing about God? How the president-elect is bashing President Claudia Sheinbaum. Well, but what does she do? She sends volunteer firefighters from Mexico over to help in California. And as you all know, California originally belonged to who? Mexico. She just may come back, like she said, and take California, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and about 2 or 3 more belongs to Mexico. It does. It originally does. Like she showed y'all the map. I showed my people on this channel long time ago. They'll tell you, tell them, Vera. I've been showed y'all the original map. California belongs to Mexico. So we're going to look at this right here. The Mexicans coming to help.
What you going to do in these days of darkness? What you going to create? You going to sit there and whine and cry? Or you going to use the creative powers, the creative juice your God gave you? Don't expect people to understand you. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this. Why you have...
That's right. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody. You just go because God said go. And that's what the people from Mexico are doing. They coming over here and they helping put out the fires. But what do we do as Americans? We bash Mexico. We say get rid of them. But those are the people coming to help us. Even Canada people are coming to help put out the fires. But what is MAGA? Get over to California right now. Y'all want everybody out of this country they're not what you call them migrants, immigrants. Y'all don't want them here, but they over there helping put out the fires in California. MAGA, put on your boots, your bro-game boots, put on your thickest outfits and get over there and put them fires out. I cannot wait till January the 20th because Donald Trump is not going to help in any form. He doesn't like government nuisance. He said they didn't vote for him, so he's not going to help them. That is not being presidential at all. Soon as January 20th comes, once he in the White House, what is he going to do to help California? Nothing. But President Claudia Sheinbaum has sent over people from Mexico to help the American people. That is strong. Why? Because California originally belonged to who? The Mexicans. Let me show you this again so you can appreciate Mexico.
What you gonna do in these days of darkness? What you gonna create?
Hit that like button.
Sit there and whine and cry, or you gonna use the creative powers, the creative juice your God gave you? Don't expect people to understand you. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this. Why you have...
When God says go, you better go. And they came because God told them to. Now watch Canada right quick. Watch Canada, what they're doing for us.
Descends onto the Pacific Ocean.
MAGA, why are you not over there?
6,000 liters of water in seconds, then takes off to fight the flames again. It takes skill and experience to drop water from that high up and snuff out monster flames like this. So it's no wonder California is calling on Canada for more help battling those wildfires.
It's the boots on the ground, the men and women fighting the fire that actually put it out. But they greatly aid that effort by dropping water, retardant, foam.
It's very intense with the winds, the turbulence, and the sheer density of the population below, says pilot Pascal Duclos. BC-based Coulson Aviation showing how many times its crews have flown in, out, and around the fire zone. One of its Chinook helicopters spotted here. With the incoming U.S. president's repeated threats aimed at Canada, the Prime Minister reminded everyone this is neighbors helping neighbors, even appearing on U.S. cable news to highlight this country's contributions.
I've been back and forth texting with Governor Newsom. We've offered a tremendous amount of equipment that they're already accepting.
The federal government says it's directing the military and Parks Canada to help out if needed. Alberta and Ontario are pledging water bombers and firefighters ready to deploy to California as early as Friday. Watch as the aircraft descends onto the Pacific Ocean, collecting some 6,000 liters of water in seconds, then takes off to fight the flames again. It takes skill and experience to drop water from that high up and snuff out monster flames like this. So it's no wonder California is calling on Canada for more help battling those wildfires.
Who that say calling on Canada? California is calling on Canada. Mega, you're supposed to be humanitarians. You say you patriots. Do the right thing to get to California right now. Right now, Mega. Get to California. When God says go. That's Canada putting in the work for us. Donald Trump, the elected president that will be inaugurated January the 20th, Martin Luther King's birthday. I have a dream. MAGA, do the right thing and show how much you are a patriot. Get to California right now and put in a humanitarian work. Show Donald Trump how loyal you are. You wouldn't stand in the line of fire. Hit that like button, y'all. From sea to shining sea, people coming all the way from Mexico to help California. People coming all the way from Canada to put in the work that Donald Trump's soldiers should be doing. Hit that like button for me. Let me read some of y'all comments. King Father Farang said 3 hotshot firefighters in my family are in California right now. All MAGA. My wife is Bolivian. Getting her papers was a BITCH, but she legally immigrated. Immigration is a wonderful thing. It's legal. Amen. King Jock says X Black Lives Matters to go. Oh, some of them already going, baby. They ain't got to be X. Let me tell you something. They already in the line of fire. They ain't got to be X, honey. And one of them, I put her in my magazine a couple times. She ain't got to be X. She over there now. She's a doctor too. Trust me. They already over there. And then this guy is a MAGA. I want to see the MAGA that come here every day harassing me to be a soldier for Donald Trump and show you are a true patriot. Please. King Jason says 100 Mexican firefighters, not illegal border jumpers. Let me tell you, Donald Trump don't care if they're illegal or legal here. He wants to get rid of them because MAGA been crying like a little wussy about them. Josh, I'm not going there with you today because I had you crying. You be running to your wife crying. Then the night you'll screw her thinking about me. King Stephen, it's not lies. All due respect, Mexicans is here. They in this United States. They came from Mexico. President Claudia Sheinbaum sent them over here. Don't be hating. You should be there helping. You're a man. Show your manpower, your patriotism. You can't do that. Emmanuel says Latinos for Trump. You have a right to say that. That's your preference. So when he ready to haul you up out of here, don't complain. Thank you so much, King Matt, for your compliment. Thank you so much, King Derek Meadows, for your compliment. Thank you. Green says, what about my eyebrows? I fill them in. I got hair in them. Look closer. It's hair up in there, baby. I just fill them in. I'm naturally beautiful. It don't take much. Don't come in here hating because your wife look like. I'm not going there with y'all because I was about to be really mean. Fix it, Jesus. King Jock says, no, you're a strong, independent woman. You should go. Honey, let me tell you something. I'm not the one that hate Mexicans and the Canadian people, not me. Donald Trump and MAGA. Show your patriotism. I do humanitarian work all the time. That's why I got awards from President Joe Biden, because I do humanitarian work. Should I show you? Do I have to brag and pull out my awards from President Joe Biden? Pull out my pen, my volunteer medal? Do I need to do that? No, I don't have to, because the others on here already have seen it. That's how bad I am. I'm Michael Jackson bad. Don't hate. Yeah, I love President Joe Biden. He is a great man. He doesn't have 34 felonies. He is not a felon like who? Dunny Boy. He's not. Steve Patterson, you come on here every day, and I don't told you now, stop coming over here trying to steal my beauty through the screen and use it at night with your wife. I told you she ain't got the butt like mine, the hips like mine, the beautiful face, none of it. She's a Botox Betty. I'm a Buckhead Betty, okay? Lauren says JoJo. Okay. Stephen Patterson always saying something fake. He said my hair fake, everything fake. When everybody that know me know this is all my hair. I love y'all. God bless America. I ain't got to show you my hips. Go look at my photos on my community page and go watch some of my shorts. Mama is a baddie, honey. At 51, I'm a baddie. My body is immaculate. My face is immaculate. Yes, God. Yes, God. Black beauty on your screen. That's what you see. There's melanin, baby. Woo! So let's get back to let me cook. What Glow said, let me cook. Let me cook. Pray for California, y'all. We must pray for California. That's what everything is about today. It don't. Donald Trump don't matter. We don't matter at this point. California is what matters right now, okay? More about Dunny Boy right quick.
Visit these countries. Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. This means he won't be able to visit many countries that don't allow convicted felons to enter. No Canada or Mexico for Trump anymore. Cuba and the Dominican Republic are also off limits. In South America, Trump will not be allowed to enter Argentina, Brazil, Chile, or Peru. Trump can still travel to most African countries, except South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco, and Ethiopia. People in Great Britain and Ireland won't see Trump visiting either. The same goes for Ukraine, Turkey, Israel, UAE, and Iran. In Asia, Trump will not be allowed to enter India, China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Cambodia, Nepal, Macau, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. And last but not least, no Australia or New Zealand. If Trump weren't American and was convicted for the same crimes in another country, he would likely not be allowed to enter the United States.
Whoa. So Trump can't even visit South Africa? Elon Musk is from South Africa. Trump. So your girlfriend, Elania, you cannot visit his home? That ain't good. Because anytime you're in a relationship with someone, you want to visit it, just visit where they're from. But Donald Trump cannot visit South Africa because he is a felon in all the places that he said he's going to take, such as Canada and Mexico. He can't even visit those places. So how you going to take him, Donnie? You're a felon. You can't take anything. Nothing. You're a felon. You have 34 felonies. There's not even a black man that have 34 felonies. And y'all say black people ghetto? Do you really think black people ghetto now? Is Donnie Trailer Park Trash in ghetto? No, he beyond ghetto. He has 34 felonies. That's a no-no. No.
Asked by white men to come to this country, which they had stolen and forced black people to build, because they were hoping that my ancestors would be the new cheap and disposable labor to undercut the recently freed black people that lazy white men didn't want to pay. And when my ancestors wouldn't do that, they were lynched and massacred, their towns were destroyed, they were blown up while building the railroads, and ultimately they were excluded from society and the country for nearly 60 years. Then when the United States asked us to come back in the 1960s because they wanted to put us in the way of black people again, and the United States needed to rehabilitate its reputation with Asian countries that were gaining in economic and political power, we had civil rights because of black people. were asked by white men to come.
Now, what did the map say earlier? Donald Trump can no longer go to Asia. Why? Because Donald Trump is a convicted felon. He has what? 34 felonies. Yeah. And he's supposed to be a strong man. A strong man don't have 34 felonies. Guess who don't have 34 felonies? Putin. He doesn't. No, he from the KGB, smart as an ML. But he don't have 34 felonies. And you don't mess with Putin. No. He's a strong man. Remember, he the puppet master, pulling the strings. Don't mess with Putin. You don't want to do that. He's a strong man. Donnie boy looks to be a strong man like Putin. More about the Canadians, how they're helping, how they have arrived to LA to help with the wildfires. Oh, this is sad, y'all. Because Donald Trump is a felon, he can't go to where? Canada! Yay! So due to Donald Trump imperialism threats, I got more for you.
Is now being condemned around the world after Donald Trump laid out his plan to take over America's allies. For example, the Mexican president mocking him, saying that they're going to call America's West Mexican America while using a historical map showing that most of the American West used to belong to Mexico. Also, a leader of one of Canada's parties called for California, Washington, and Oregon to secede and join Canada for free health care. You also had France's foreign minister warning that they won't let Trump attack Greenland, saying that the EU isn't going to let countries attack its borders. Germany's chancellor warned that borders must be respected and that they don't get what its problem is. Then you had Russia's state propaganda saying the Monroe Doctrine has landed and it's way more ambitious than the Monroe Original. Is any U.S. neighbor safe? With one Western security official even telling us, quote, everything that comes out of his mouth is bullshit. Mexico didn't pay for the wall and Greenland won't be America. The European Union also confirmed that American military action against Greenland would activate the Union's Mutual Assistance Clause, which essentially puts more or less the entire continent at war with the U.S. Then it also got testy because the EU was like, we won't comment any further. And a reporter asked, you're not going to comment on a pretty naked threat from the incoming president of the United States? I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. I mean, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for American Marines to land in Greenland or what? America is now being condemned around the world after Donald Trump laid out his plan to take over America's allies. For example,
America is a laughing stock right now. And while we are being made a laughing stock because of Donald Trump being the first man of the Oval Office with felonies, because I could never call him my president, we are a laughing stock. So while you sit in my chat and call me Sharpie eyebrows, and I'm still beautiful, naturally beautiful, you have a leader of your cult who can't go to he can only go to a handful of places, other countries. That's horrible. And all the places he want to go and take because his ancestors taught him to take, he can't even visit them. Woo, Jesus. God got a sense of humor, don't he? We're going to watch this one again.
Is now being condemned around the world after Donald Trump laid out his plan to take over America's allies. For example, the Mexican president mocking him, saying that they're going to call America's West Mexican America while using a historical map showing that most of the American West used to belong to Mexico. Also, a leader of one of Canada's parties called for California, Washington, and Oregon to secede and join Canada for free health care. You also had France's foreign minister warning that they won't let Trump attack Greenland, saying that the EU isn't going to let countries attack its borders. Germany's chancellor warned that borders must be respected and that they don't get what its problem is. Then you had Russia's state propaganda saying the Monroe Doctrine has landed and it's way more ambitious than the Monroe Original. Is any U.S. neighbor safe? With one Western security official even telling us, quote, everything that comes out of his mouth is bullshit. Mexico didn't pay for the wall and Greenland won't be America. The European Union also confirmed that American military action against Greenland would activate the Union's Mutual Assistance Clause, which essentially puts more or less the entire continent at war with the U.S. Then it also got testy because the EU was like, we won't comment any further. And a reporter asked, you're not going to comment on a pretty naked threat from the incoming president of the United States? I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. I mean, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for American Marines to land in Greenland or what? So America is now being condemned around the world after Donald Trump laid out his plan to take over.
Who would have thunketh that it would be a white man with the 34 felonies. MAGA would have thunk it that it would have been the black president, Barack Obama. But Barack Obama has a clean slate. He has no felonies. He's not a criminal. He is a black man that can stand with his head rise high with excellence. President Joe Biden can stand with excellence. Yes. Never been a felon. No. And Bush Jr. was once the worst one. But you can learn a lot from a dummy. If you watch the movie W, he didn't have to know anything. He knew to pick a smart man to be his vice president. That's why I admire him. And he's so cool. He's just like a black man. Yeah, Bush Jr. Give him a little dap here and there. You know, tap Obama on the chest, a little bit on the stomach. That's that brother thing, you know? And Trump don't belong in that club. And if you watch Jimmy Carter's memorial, when they were all there, nobody even thought about Danny Boy. Him and Melania, she looked a mess, was sitting there and no one paid him any attention. You know what Bush did? Looked at him and gave Obama the brother tap. We know that. Let's say Trump was to try Obama, Bush will knock him out because that's his brother. And y'all may not understand it, but those who do, you understand it. You see me. Trump keep playing into Russia's hand. Putin laughs at Donald Trump, y'all. He plays in Putin's hand like it's just putty.
Russia is enjoying this, referring to when Donald Trump's been threatening Greenland and Canada.
Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you.
Mexico, whether it's with economic force or actual war, right? Donald Trump said he's not ruling out military force against Greenland, and which would be an attack on Denmark, our NATO ally, and he's not ruling out military force. He said as it relates to Panama. We'll take a look at the New York Post's just ridiculously propagandist but dumb, dangerous cover. The Don Roe Doctrine, Trump's vision for the hemisphere. And it's a photo of Donald Trump with a kind of weird smirk on his face. And it's showing all the places that he wants to conquer. Canada becoming the 51st state, Greenland becoming Ireland, and Panama becoming Panamaga, and the Gulf of Mexico becoming the Gulf of America. Then it goes on. This is what Russia's propaganda network said. The Don Roe Doctrine has landed, and it's way more ambitious than the Monroe original. Is any U.S. neighbor safe? Right, this feeds right into Russia's propaganda. Russia is enjoying this, referring to when Donald Trump's been threatening Greenland and Canada and Panama and Mexico, whether it's with economic force or actual war, right? Donald Trump said he's not ruling out military force against Greenland, and which would be an attack on Denmark, our NATO ally, and he's not ruling out military force. He said as it relates to Panama. We'll take a look at the New York Post's just ridiculously.
We need our allies, Donnie. Why put the American people in harm's way? That I don't understand. And MAGA think it's okay. I was watching just the other day this Caucasian man saying, yes, go over there and take Greenland. This is going to be amazing. What happened to the eggs and the gas, MAGA? He's not doing anything with the prices of anything. He's talking about going to take other countries, which would never happen. Those are our allies. And right now, overseas allies is like, no, we're not doing it. We're not putting up with America's crap because of Donny Boy. So they are securing things where Donald Trump can't touch things. Every one of our allies is securing things where Donald Trump can't do anything that he thinks he's going to do. So all these promises that he's making to you, MAGA, it won't happen. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much money Elon has. He is in trouble right now because Great Britain is trying to figure out what he has done in these elections. Donnie boy, 2025 is not your year. It will not be your year. The election was stolen, but it will not be your year. The devil comes to collect. Let's watch more of Mexico right quick.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do in these days of darkness? What you gonna create? You gonna sit there and whine and cry, or you gonna use the creative powers, the creative juice your God gave you? Don't expect people to understand you. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this. Why you.
I just read somebody comment. Let me go to it right quick, honey. Let me tell you something. If I was tweaking, I wouldn't look like this at 51. I'm not your mama, your sister, your great grandma, your grandma. I don't get Botox. I don't have to worry about my face moving because it don't have to be moving a lot because I don't get wrinkles up there. You see that? I got a pimple right there. I don't have a filter on. You see that? I got cut in my face when I was young. I don't have to get Botox. I don't tweak, baby. If I was tweaking, I wouldn't look like this. I sure hell wouldn't have healthy hair. Don't put me in the category with Donald Trump Jr. and Elon Musk and Donnie Boy.
I just want to make sure that I am getting it right. We can't afford to give people affordable housing because who's going to pay for it? We can't afford to give people affordable childcare because who's going to pay for it? We cannot afford to give people affordable schooling because who's going to pay for it? We can't afford to cancel student debt because who's going to pay for it? We can't afford to help the homeless because who's going to pay for it? We can't afford to give kids free school lunches because who's going to pay for it? We can't afford to give people affordable health care because who's going to pay for it? But we can afford to buy countries that aren't for sale and start a war with our allies. Am I right on that?
Makes sense, America. That's how you know what Donald Trump is mouthing off to y'all. It's never going to happen. It will never happen. He's listening to Putin, and Putin is playing him like a violin. And he go running his mouth with stuff he knows nothing about because he doesn't read. MAGA doesn't read neither. That's why we're in the situation with Donnie Boy. What do we expect? What do we expect?
We're a totally peaceful racist group.
This is MAGA. This is MAGA.
We haven't done anything. We're a totally peaceful racist group.
See, that's one of the people of MAGA. He was in court, and what did he slip up and say? He admitted he's a racist. MAGA, just put in my chat, I am a racist. I am a part of MAGA, and I am a racist. I come in this beautiful black woman's chat every day and harass her because I am a MAGA racist. Okay.
Kind of threat that's coming at us. At first, I think people thought it was sort of funny or interesting, or he's just trying to get our backs up. But we're taking it real seriously right now. We see this as an existential threat, and let's be clear, it's not just a threat to our leadership, right? This is a threat to working people in our country who rely on trade, who rely on those relationships. And what I have to say to Donald Trump is, you're going to come after us, we're going to fight you like hell. This kind of threat that's coming at us, at first, I think people thought it was sort of funny or interesting, or he's just trying to get our backs up. But we're taking it real seriously right now. We see this as an existential threat, and let's be clear.
Beautiful queen from Canada. Ignore him. He's not gonna do anything. He all mouth. He's all mouth. Yeah, like the hillbilly MAGAs talk. He all mouth. He may not be locked up and they let him out, but what is he? He's a felon.
Some huge breaking news right now. Donald Trump has officially become a convicted felon after Justice Merchan issued his sentence today, sentencing Donald Trump to what is called an unconditional discharge. And Donald Trump is the first president, former or current, to not just be now convicted by a jury, but also to be sentenced by a judge. An unconditional discharge means that Donald Trump will not face prison time so long as he is not arrested for another crime. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office acknowledged the fact that given the fact that he is going to be president in just 10 days, it would be difficult for him to serve any sentence. But now he is walking into the White House not just as a person who was found guilty, but also a person who has been sentenced. And Donald Trump desperately wanted this to never happen. He worked all the way up to the United States Supreme Court hoping for some type of reprieve. It didn't work. And now Donald Trump has been sentenced. First president in history to do so. As always, comment below your thoughts, spread the word, and follow along on here.
No reprieve for Donald Trump, y'all. Must we put in a prayer for Donald Trump because now he is officially a felon? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you that you have convicted Donald Trump of being a convicted felon. Nor do I serve him as my Savior. Jesus Christ is my Savior. Amen. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for coming to my live. Y'all have blessed me today. It has been fun. Thank you. God bless. Hit that like button before you leave out. I love you all. Bye.